Here we are in Springlake, Texas. Tucked away in Lamb County on the southern high plains, this place is a classic West Texas story rooted in ranching, big land breaks, and irrigation. It gained its name from a natural spring-fed lake nearby in one of the private ranching properties. As the era of open-range ranching wound down, the big barons at the time began breaking up their vast acreage to sell to incoming farmers. And when I say the big land barons, I'm talking about the XIT Ranch. Something I had never heard of being from New York, but I started noticing I would see the letters XIT on all kinds of things out there in West Texas. And this is what I found out. The XIT Ranch was one of the largest and most famous cattle operations in American history. And it operated in the Texas Panhandle from 1885 to 1912. In 1879, the state of Texas allocated 3 million acres of public land in the Panhandle to finance the construction of the new Texas State Capitol building in Austin. A syndicate of Chicago investors, led by two brothers, backed the project and formed the Capitol Freehold Land and Investment Company to manage the land. Now don't forget, 6 years before this land was the Comanche land. They killed them all and moved them out. They killed all the buffalo that used to run there. So what we had was barren, unusable, unlivable land until these two brothers showed up and started digging wells and running barbed wire down the Texas Panhandle. It covered 3 million acres across 10 counties. The XIT Ranch spanned over 200 miles along the New Mexican border. At its peak, the ranch operated over 1,500 miles of fencing, ran more than 150,000 heads of cattle, and employed over 150 cowboys across 8 division headquarters. The folklore suggests XIT stood for 10 in Texas because the ranch spanned 10 counties. However, cattle rustler and cowboy tradition indicates the brand was designed simply because it was fast to burn with a straight iron and nearly impossible for cattle rustlers to alter with a counterfeit iron. However, by 1912, high land taxes, falling beef prices, persistent cattle rustling, and the sheer cost of maintaining 1,500 miles of fence made the ranch unprofitable. The owners began selling off parcels of land to settlers and farmers in the late 1890s. The last of the XIT cattle were sold in 1912, and the remaining land was fully liquidated over the following decades. And that's how you get this crop of towns I've been covering: Freona, Earth, Springlake, and here we are today, Springlake, Texas. 145 people calling it home. In 1923, a local land promoter helped lay out the town site. By 1924, Springlake secured a post office and its first cotton gin. Unlike many High Plains towns that withered during the Dust Bowl, Springlake survived and grew thanks to early access to deep well irrigation from the Ogallala Aquifer. The fertile soil transformed the area into a major producer of cotton, grain, and corn. In 1935, a fire destroyed much of the original downtown business district. Rather than fold, the community rebuilt. In 1964, the local school district merged with neighboring Earth to form the Springlake Earth Independent School District, the central hub of community pride today. Springlake is still out here, surviving as a tight-knit agricultural community along U.S. Highway 385. It maintains a population hovering around 100 residents, and it keeps its deep farming roots alive. It was always my gift to you. Did you listen to my latest poem? I think it all finally came through. You were a dream I'd been saving since the mothership landed. How did you feel led to? And you lied to your mom. You never loved anyone, but if you say enough. Springlake, Texas. You ever been there? I don't think so, but I've been there twice. So that's got to be some kind of world record for somebody from New Jersey. Anyway, new book, Rainbow Road. Thank you for packing out the shows. Follow me on Instagram at Scott Laudati so you can see some tour dates and come see me read these poems. $10.99 linked below. All right, I love you. Peace. Mwah.